So in this video, I'm going to bring you guys some new stuff that has been announced for the next experimental patch, some things that the community have found. It is so juicy, so let's get into it. And the devs have also just released this status report for Kolgiev. It's kind of big. I'm not going to go through what they've written through this status report, but we are going to look at some of the images because there are some things that I want to show you guys. There have been some leaks, some discoveries. The community has been going hard. We've been doing our best to decipher some of the secret, super secret codes that the devs have been giving us. And I've got a list here and I'm going to show you guys what is going to be coming in the next experimental patch 1.5 for Arma Reforger. Now, I'm going to start all of this by saying major spoiler alert. So we're starting off on the status report here. Now, there's some images here that I'm going to show you. And our first image is actually going to be this. Okay, so there are some things here that we can take apart, digest, because I think there's a lot of things here. People obviously see the M14 sniper rifle with a ghillie wrap on it, the new tiger stripe camouflage, all of that. There's actually something a lot deeper, I feel, in this image, and it's actually what is going on here on the right with the Soviets. Now, as you can see, there is an antenna, command truck, supply truck, BRDM, tents, etc. This, I believe, is the rumblings of what conflict is going to become. The reason that I say this is that one of the ciphers that had been decrypted, discovered, whatever you want to say, entails establishing bases in conflict. Okay, so I feel that this is actually a preview of the Soviets setting up a forward operating base. I feel like other than the content that has been shown here, there is a little bit of a deeper meaning. This is an example of what establishing bases may look like when 1.5 comes to experimental and the live branch. It is also really cool that we are seeing the new tiger stripe camouflage, and I think it's really cool that we're seeing a ghillie gun wrap. If you've ever played DayZ, what the OG ghillie gun wrap was like, and this is very reminiscent of it, and I love how this looks, and I just wish that they'd bring something like this back to DayZ. I don't like the ghillie gun wrap in the game the way it is now. I think it's horrible, but this, very nice. So our next image shows off Kolgiev. I don't think there is too much to pick apart here, except for the new buildings. There is a lot of Eastern style buildings. It looks very Chernarus-like. It's very refreshing. Looks very nice. I don't see anything really big. It is very nice to see the terrain. There is something to do with the coal mining. But yeah, it's very Chernarus-like. It reminds me of like OG Arma 2 DayZ days. It's awesome. And as we can see here, there are some really cool things. A new transport van for what may be another Soviet faction. And there's actually a man up here. What's he doing? He's looking for things. But as you can see here, this may be a new Soviet faction, a sub-faction maybe. They have the TTSKO camouflage, black webbing. Alas, amazing terrain detail. I love the crumbled up oil cans and really cool. There's not much else other than the camo, and on the surface it's pretty stock standard. Here we can see what I feel is another example of establishing a base. Some really cool display of new buildings, destroyed buildings in the background, and rubble and ruin. Really cool old destroyed church by the looks of it. Yeah, as you can see here though, there is some of the new rocket launchers, and that is something that is confirmed. RPG 22 and RPG 75. I always say 18, please forgive me. Now, our last image in the status report is this, and a lot of people have been saying that this is a hint to a new single-player scenario, which also may tie into this image. Because there is 4 guys here, right? There's 4 guys in this image. It's daylight, probably like late afternoon. And we come to here, there's 3 guys and a hat. I think maybe they lost a friend. Maybe there's a little campaign coming with Kolgiev. I don't know. Who knows? There's a lot to break down, right? There's a lot of things to think about. Now I'm going to go back to the ciphers here because there is a bunch of things here that have been discovered by the community. Yeah, we're going to go through them real quick because it's something, if you're really interested in what's coming, what's going to be changing, especially in conflict, because it is going to be huge. So of course we know we've got the RPG 22 and the RPG 75. MOV being moving on vehicles. It's confirmed, guys. You'll be able to move on the back of moving vehicles or whatever. New uniforms, as we've seen. New rocket types for the RPG 7. So fragmentation rockets. Maybe tandem rockets. There's a lot of rockets that the RPG-7 can take, so get ready. I think the fragmentation rockets are going to be a fan favorite. Disassembly of turrets. This is also another huge thing. I would assume this also includes mortars. Being able to set up and pack up mortars without having to use like a construction truck. They're actually going to be a physical item in the world which can be moved by players. There will be multiple different items, maybe like the legs, the actual mechanism, all of that kind of stuff. It won't be too in-depth, I'm sure, but it will be something like that. Got anti-personnel mines. Yes, that I haven't actually covered that leak yet, but I did want to kind of let it stir around for a while. I'll probably put an image of it up on the screen right now. They have teased anti-personnel mines, which is going to be insane. Fogari is going to friggin' get it, bro. You know what? Establishing bases. Now, this is going to be a huge change to Conflict. I think Conflict is going to be a very different thing when Experimental comes out. Conflict is going hard mode, okay? This is going to take some teamwork, some actual tactics. Some of you guys are going to hate this next one, but I am super hyped for this. Group and soldier roles. There's a lot of speculation on what this could actually mean. Specific roles for soldiers like anti-tank and machine gunner, or it could actually be groups having a specific task. And that kind of ties in with the task system overhaul, which is another leak thing. So there's going to be other ways to earn XP, and there's going to be some side missions and stuff like that. I can't even explain to you how different this is going to be in my brain, right? I might be overhyping it a little. I don't know, but I feel like this is going to be a huge change and it's going to make the game so much more fun. Now, this one was a bit of a hard one to discover, and we got there eventually. It took us like a solid 2 days to figure it out, but we got there. So massive shout out to the Arma community. You guys are awesome, especially over on the Discord. If you're not already on part of the Arma Discord, you guys should go join. So foliage reacting to characters. No more bushwookies. Ladies and gentlemen, foliage is going to actually move and react to how a player moves through them. You're not going to just kind of phase into a bush. No more phasing into a bush. Thank the Lord, dude. Sorry to the guys out there who likes to sit in bushes. Now, we've got another one here called vehicle salvaging. And it's speculated that this is actually a way to be able to take a repair truck, for example, go out into the field, find destroyed vehicles like carcasses, and being able to salvage them for a little amount of supplies. Now, this kind of ties into the next thing, which is supply scarcity. And there's rumors that the infinite FIA supply caches are going to go and supplies are going to be scarce, right? So there's got to be some intuitive ways that the players can gather up supply, take them to a base that they've established, and try and get this base fortified, reinforced, because obviously it's going to mean a lot more than it does currently. Pretty cool. I feel like the group and soldier roles, if it is something like anti-tank stuff, is going to be also very well tied into this, because fuck me, there's some people that like to use some supply. Yesterday, I was in a game of Conflict. There was a man on the Soviet team grenade launcher, had an RPG backpack just stuffed with frag grenades, stuffed with everything, bro. 500 supplies this man was draining every time he died outside of our base. We lost like 2,000 supply in a matter of 30 seconds because this guy just died, respawned, died, respawned. Just sucked the shit out of the base, dude. So there's going to be some real forethought and foresight on things that need to happen. And I feel like this is also going to tie into a commander role. Now, this hasn't been confirmed yet. It's not in this thing, but I feel like with all of these changes, there has to be a command role. If there's not, I'll be friggin' surprised. If it's not player run, AI run, I'll be so confused if they implement all this without any sort of guidance. It'll just be a nightmare. So fingers crossed that they're bringing a freaking commander role with this update, because holy moly, I'm scared if they don't. So we've got the task system overhaul. So that might be like little side missions, ways to earn XP, ways to maybe even get supplies, logistical support, all of that kind of stuff, which will be really good. And the last thing, hit reg tweaks. Awesome. Really awesome. I think a lot of people have wanted hit reg changes for a long time. The game can be a bit funky at the best of times. So awesome that we're getting some hit reg changes, and hopefully it works a lot better than It does now. Now, there's another one that's currently trying to be figured out, and it is SPAS. And a lot of people are saying special purpose, server performance, single player. If you want to be a part of this, all you have to do is join the Arma Discord. There is a link, which I'll leave in the description, armawcs.com/md5. You can just try and figure out this code for yourself. Now, these, to quickly sum it up, is each letter is the start of a word, okay? And like, for example, here, as you can see with FRTC, it was foliage reacting to characters. Anyway, that is kind of what has been going on in Armaverse for 1.5 experimental. Hopefully we see this update really, really soon. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're really freaking hyped for this update, I feel like a lot of people should be, because Arma's gonna get juicy, baby. Leave a thumbs up on this video if you're excited. Subscribe for more Arma Reforger content. I'm going to be bringing you guys as much content as I can regarding 1.5 experimental. You know how I roll. I really love this kind of stuff. I love bringing you new things, showing off, speculating, all that good stuff. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I see you guys out there on the battlefield. Much love. Have a wonderful day.